Well, everyone, welcome back to another stellar episode of New School Republic Wrestling Podcast. Hope I said that right. It's been way too long. I don't remember our names anymore.
Does it really even matter?
Honestly, well, you're going to get free audio entertainment, so hey, who you complaining?
Exactly. Who you? Yeah, who you? What do you want?
Who you?
Go away. No room for rent. That's from Revenge of the Nerds that was actually on just a few minutes ago. Welcome back, everyone, if you're listening, or if you care to listen, or if anyone's actually listening. This is I guess you're trying to sell me
Yes.
Wrestlemania 32. Which,
Now, we all know Chris's standpoint on WWE programming. He hates it. Will not watch a second of it now because ever since they killed WCW, oh, you poor baby. But, I've kind of figured since one of us watched the show and the other one of us hasn't, because one of them has his head stuck in the sand like an ostrich, refusing to get over the fact that it's not the year 1999 anymore, I kind of figured this would be just an interesting way of doing this show.
Absolutely, and we haven't had a show since November.
Right.
The last one was the Starrcade versus Survivor Series 1988 podcast, which, a few people listen to, but it's during Thanksgiving season, and that's like our time for a break, because after a while, I just need a break.
Especially like at that time. Oh, yeah, because a lot of stuff has gone down. Since like our last podcast. I mean, especially like, man, my life was completely different, last Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You got a new job.
Mm-hmm.
I got fired. I probably worked a whole 5 days in the year 2016.
Hey, you're just becoming like any other American unemployed looking for a job.
Right. Well, hopefully on Monday, we're recording this on Friday the 8th. Hopefully on Monday, that'll all change.
I hope so, man.
Yeah, because I'm going for a very nice job downtown that'll just alleviate a lot of stress in my professional life.
That'd be great
right now. So I am pretty pleased with that. I'm also very thankful that I brushed my teeth before I came here.
Thank God. I don't know if I could take 2 hours with you if that was the case.
Oh my, yeah. Well, I had a pretty interesting dinner. I had fish, beans, and rice. I'm just trying to keep it healthy. I had like a pound of it, but still, because I was starving.
You have to eat.
Right, but it was relatively healthy. It wasn't like anything. No sugars, no fat. 3 ingredients,
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
All one syllable each.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, I didn't have a triple mocha, half cab with whipped cream. No.
None of that nonsense.
Fish, rice, and beans. That's it. Keep it simple, folks.
And we do apologize for the audio quality. We're getting a new microphone.
Yeah, sorry. We're working on it,
We will get that fixed. Don't worry.
It's kind of hard, when you're living on a paycheck of $20, because I still tutor on the side.
Yeah, so things are a little bit down, but we're not out yet.
No, yeah. Out's when I start eating you.
Yeah, then that's
the problem.
Then we're in trouble.
And start emailing Kamala, hey, what's a good way to eat people?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
help me out.
He was the Ugandan headhunter. Why not?
That's a shame what happened to him, too.
Yeah, well, that's what happens if you don't take care of yourself. I hate saying that.
Yeah.
Because he admits that himself, He let all that diabetes stuff fall to the wayside, and then, it caught up with him. He regrets it now, and I hate saying that, and that's definitely a lesson that a lot of people can learn from him. But, he still is very positive. And I don't want to say that because, I'm knocking Kamala.
Yeah.
Jim Harris was super cool to me when I met him back in 2003. I wish him all the best. I still got to get a Kamala shirt to support the cause.
Well, I mean, you just got to take care of yourself. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's all it is, Just avoid the sweets.
Yeah.
Hit the treadmill every once in a while, and you're set.
Exactly. I wanted to mention, too, we're going to have our 100th episode coming up soon.
It's really been 100 episodes.
Almost. Yeah, we're almost there. We got about, I think, another, 19 or so, but...
Hey,
Just on the cusp of that, we're going to have a lot of special guests. It's probably going to be like a 5-hour show.
We should be, at our rate, we should hit that at the presidential election in November 2020.
Yeah, there we go.
We'll see.
I know. We're a little bit slow sometimes. We should actually be at our 100th show probably by now or way past that.
Yeah, for sure.
But, we're going to put on a good show. Some people do like an hour show. I mean, to me, your 100th episode, I think it's worth a few hours. A few guests, too.
Yeah, and it's definitely hard to, bring everyone together because I know I couldn't come out to a lot of these recordings, and then, or Peck could, and you're really the hub for it all, and if you can't make it, then, me and Peck don't do anything, so.
It's hard, yeah, and the thing is, too, with special guests, we're going to have to do some pre-recordings, I'm sure, and put it together, just because, we haven't gone live, And I don't know if it's even worth going live. I mean, in the scheme of things, you might have like 20 people listen, but
Yeah, no.
I'd rather just pre-tape it and call it a day. But
Actually, you know what I am going to do right now? Why not? I'm going to start up my Periscope.
there you go.
Yeah, you know what Periscope is?
No, I never heard of that.
It is Oh, I can't because I don't have your Wi-Fi. Unless you want to go ahead and do it, get your Wi-Fi password real quick. Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll talk. I'll see if I can go ahead and plug the social media.
Okay.
Go ahead, yeah.
All right, let's see if I can get it going here.
Okay, so we're also like using the in-computer microphone for this, so that's why things are sounding like a little screechy. But you can go ahead and search New School Republic on Facebook. We have 2 pages. One is for the overall company. The other one is for this podcast in particular. And this is the one you want to go to if you want to get all that good wrestling stuff. Very good opinions there. I'm very proud of our guys there because it is not a toxic environment. So I'm very happy with that. So you got Facebook. You can check out the YouTube. I believe the YouTube is New School Republic.
Yep, we're still there. They haven't thrown us off yet.
That's the channel. Yeah, even though they've been throwing everyone off in the last couple of months.
I don't know.
So I'm glad we got off light with that. Twitter is NS Republic.
Mm-hmm.
The Periscope. You can find me on this episode or my channel. If I could find it, is at Petrie_DS. I screwed that up. Wait a minute. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
It's Petrie_DS_10. That's Petrie. PETRIE_DS. D is in Delta. S is in Sierra. Thank you, Shield. _10. The numerical 10, not the written out 10. And what else? Is there anything else that we're on?
This is our website.
Just a website. That's newschoolrepublic.com.
Well, we could even talk about our new show, Living with the Luchadors, coming soon.
Yeah, that is coming. That
Probably
is gonna
by
be
fall.
Super. Yeah, by the fall, it's going to be filmed and done.
Properly, yeah.
That is super exciting.
Yeah.
There is a gentleman we were working with.
Mm-hmm. Thank God for PJ.
For PJ. You can find his stuff at Goat Milk Fudge Productions, or you can just go ahead on YouTube and type in PJ Gaynard.
Yeah, he's available.
The Incredible Cases of Zara Gordon was really good, but I think Lost Dog was just hits you on a gut level. That's just so wild.
They want to do Zara Gordon. That's going to be a show. I mean, they're going to do it. Even though the Kickstarter didn't happen, they're going to still push it through. So I think eventually, probably in the summer too. So we'll be filming a lot of stuff.
A lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it just takes a while. I mean, people don't realize. People think like these productions, they'll be done in a month. No, like honestly, to make a good production that's semi-decent with the quality of like film footage and the video and audio and all that, it's going to take half a year. I mean, that's just the reality of it. With people working and schedules and writing, I can't write garbage and expect it to work.
No, right. That's like a big thing that a lot of people do not understand.
Exactly. And it takes time, and I should have been a little bit more committed with things, but honestly, it just takes a long time to get it done right. But once you get it done right, and people like it and they enjoy it, that's what's most important.
That's true, and no one really seems to understand that, because a lot of people just seem to rush out whatever.
Yeah, then it vanishes. We want something that's going to stick and people will like, and maybe can gain a cult following. So we'll see how that goes. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But we're going to give it a whirl.
I tell you what, I guess I shouldn't be plugging other podcasts, but
doesn't matter.
What I've been listening to a lot of recently was Wrestling Without Depression.
Oh.
So Colt Cabana's good friend Marty DeRosa? Mm-hmm. He has his own podcast called Wrestling with Depression. And the main show, that's it. He talks about, depression. He has all these different guests on. But he also has a spin-off show now called Wrestling Without Depression.
Oh.
And he talks about wrestling. And, episode 3 with his co-host, Sarah Shockey, was absolutely hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
I was dying of laughter.
It's good.
Talking about... There was episode 3 is their WrestleMania 32 episode, and they're talking about what's going on, and Okay, I thought we died there for a second.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we're good. We're still breathing.
Talking about Dean Ambrose licking the bat and then using the bat that he licked, and talking about who would you F, marry, kill, John Cena, Daniel Bryan, or whatever the fuck Uso. It's like, well, I guess if you don't really know the difference between the two, I guess it really is whoever the fuck Uso.
Yeah, I mean, really. I get confused. I don't even,
No,
people tell me the Usos. I'm like, who the heck are the Usos,
Yeah, I tell you, I used to be a big proponent of the Usos because I guess they didn't really have a tag division for the longest time, but now you got the New Day, and you get people like the Ascension and the Wyatt family and all these other guys. I know there's another team I'm forgetting.
Just looking at them, like, from my perspective, I would not pay a dime to see any of them.
Yeah.
That's a whole other story, but...
Right. However, a lot of the NXT guys, man, they're really good. Whoo, boy. I really liked American Alpha during that NXT show. The American Alpha versus... Oh, man, I can't remember these other guys' names. Oh, I feel like a heel.
You heel, you're horrible.
I know, which is funny because they are the heels themselves. Dash and Dawson, I believe their names up. I can't remember the actual tag team name. They had a really good match in NXT, and I'd like to see more of these guys. So, and I completely forgot where I was typing in your Wi-Fi password. It's kind of hard to multitask and do this at the same time.
Well, here, I'm going to really throw a wrench at you.
Okay.
What was the first match at WrestleMania? Try to sell me on that.
The first match at WrestleMania 32.
Okay.
Not the pre-show. I did not watch the pre-show.
Okay.
Because earlier in the day, it was opening day for the Pirates.
Oh, yeah, that's understandable.
I mean, it was just a crazy day. So, like, I got home, ate dinner. By the time I was, like, really all settled, it was time for WrestleMania. It's just like, well, I'll just watch the pre-show some other time. It's been, like, a full week. I know I really should have been on that, but, like, just for 3 matches. And people said they were good, but, like, whatever. We're just going to go into the main event here. We're going to go in the actual WrestleMania 32. So the first match, not the main event, we'll get to that later.
Mm-hmm.
The actual first match was The Miz.
Okay.
And Sin Cara, Zack Ryder, Sami Zayn, and I know there's another dude I'm forgetting, versus Kevin Owens, the champion, in their ladder match, the Crazy Spot ladder match.
Is that for the bank thing, Money in the Bank?
No, this was actually for the IC title.
Oh, that's rare.
Yeah, actually, I think they did it last year, too, but they did it last year, and that was the one Brian won.
Is that a good idea to do that, though, for the IC title?
I think it is. They kind of ruined Money in the Bank as is. It was fine, with that with the one match a year at WrestleMania, but then it's like, oh no, let's have a whole pay-per-view around it, and it's just like, really? I don't know, because now it's not special anymore. Especially when you had two guys running around with a briefcase.
Oh, it's like TNA did the same thing, that feast or fire nonsense.
Right,
but really, do you have to copy off like WWE? Just do something different,
But it wasn't that dumb. When WWE did it, it wasn't that dumb.
Yeah.
So I'm still going here.
Was there anything exciting about the match, or was it just like average?
Did I say Zack Ryder?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, the match for these Crazy Spot Fest ladder matches, it was pretty good. It was pretty interesting. I don't think from what I remember, no one did anything too crazy or dangerous. I mean, it was the big Crazy Spot Fest ladder match, but I felt like I didn't wince, and no one looked like really upsettingly hurt towards the end. I wish that you do this. I can't do this.
Yeah.
We're still trying to get that dang Wi-Fi password.
It's a pain. It probably won't even work.
One of the things I would have liked to have seen is Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens did do stuff with a ladder, but it wasn't like, any of their ladder wars match stuff they did in Ring of Honor. But, they kind of like, man, I know they've been working together for for a few years now, but man, there's just something about those two that is just really exciting to watch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was just really good. Ryder hit a big elbow from the top of the ladder. That was the one thing that stuck out of my head.
What else you think?
Yeah, gotta delete these pauses now. See, I'm doing this all off the top of my head. Okay. Oh, well, your dad's gonna get. Gonna get your brother. I lost my train of thought.
Apparently.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So it wasn't that good of a show, you're saying?
No. I even forgot I was supposed to sell you on the show.
It doesn't seem like. I mean, I don't ever have to watch WWE again. You want to know why?
Why?
Because on Facebook and all the other things.
Oh my goodness! On Facebook,
all they do is stream everything, and you can see the results, and you don't have to know anything. I mean, you can go on any website; they'll tell you. And it really, in my train of thought, it really doesn't matter anymore, because the war's over. There's nothing else to prove.
No.
What are they going to do? I mean, so to me, the last WrestleMania I ordered was the one you were at, was 2001. I mean,
which was one of the best ones ever.
Yeah, I mean, so I think it was one of the worst endings ever with Austin and McMahon coming together. It made no sense whatsoever. But, I mean, the build-up for that was tremendous. And then the anticipation for what was to come was even, I mean, that was off the cuff.
No, right.
I mean, so we thought the world was ours at that period of time. Little did we know, it totally wasn't. But for that period of time in April 2001, life was pretty good.
Yeah. I see that. Yeah.
I mean, when you really think about it, on the cusp, McMahon wins, Nitro's over, but they're coming. But we don't know who. We have no idea. We saw some of the guys on the balcony. I saw Hugh Morris and Chavo Guerrero and a few others. I'm like, well, my train of thought was they're either going to bring all the big names in or they're going to just kind of crap on it. But it was kind of at that point, I wasn't 100% sure, because I'm like, well, they can pretty much keep a lot of guys at home and just wait to see what happens with it. But once again, little did we know how that was going to play out. Whoops. And even though they didn't want a whole, even though it didn't go the way we wanted it to go, we still got a little bit anyway the next year at Mania, because a lot of it was WCW guys against WWF guys.
Yeah, WrestleMania 18, I remember being like you just look at the match card.
It's the same thing. I mean,
it is WCW versus WWE for sure.
No matter how you slice or dice it, you can't go against what the natural order is, I think, for wrestling. That's what it was supposed to be. But back to this card, which half the people I've never even heard of. So, this Kevin Owens guy, the guy who wears a t-shirt and the gym pants.
Right, but he's like the
tough guy.
The brawler. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Abusive. Almost to a degree.
He's excited about it.
I mean, I'm happy if I get up 135. So, yeah. But I tell you what, I was very entertained, even though there's not spots off the top of my head. Don't forget, that was a 4-hour show that I have no notes on.
Well, that's fine.
I give it. There are matches on this card that I give a thumbs up, and there are matches on this card that I give a thumbs down on.
Well, some matches, I think, by nature and time, are going to be rushed. They're going to be sloppy. They're not going to be what you want it to be. I mean, case in point, mostly all the TNA women's matches, they're built pretty, to a degree, nicely, and then they're screwed up in some form. And I remember they were pushing Mickie James through the roof the one time before lockdown. Her match was 2 minutes. That was it. I'm like, boy, if I was a fan of hers and I was really looking forward to her match, I'd feel ripped off. I mean, was there even a women's match on this card? We'll get into that later, I'm sure.
Oh my god. We'll get into that. So just you wait.
So there's 7 or 8 guys fighting for the Intercontinental title. That's the white title now because they brought it back.
The finish was pretty good because I forget who. I think The Miz knocked off Sami Zayn going for the title at the end, and people were just their crowd turns and it's just like, oh no, The Miz can't win the IC title, not like this, not on this stage. But then out of nowhere, out of the blue, like a bolt of lightning, Zack Ryder comes in, pushes him off the ladder, goes up, climbs it, and grabs it, wins.
Yeah.
So Zack Ryder gets his WrestleMania moment. The first time we heard Zack Ryder's music at WrestleMania.
Isn't it kind of dumb, though? They're publicizing a WrestleMania moment, shouldn't you keep that quiet, like, to the fans? That once and then again, that kind of exposes everything. Like, oh, he gets his moment. He's a good job there. You just scored the winning game for the soccer match or whatever.
Winning game for the
Whatever the
soccer
hell,
match.
I don't know. It's like 11 o'clock at night.
Well, you worked today. I didn't.
Yeah, it was like a 9-hour shift.
Whew.
Maybe 10. I was there from 10 to 9, so. But, I don't know. Like, when they say WrestleMania moment, you're getting paid. I mean, it's just a period of time you made money. I don't know.
But you know what? You got to look at it as, hey, it's almost like a rewarding thing. You worked, super hard over these last few years. His dad was there. His dad jumped the barricade and celebrated with him in the
Zack
ring.
Ryder?
Zack Ryder's dad, yeah.
Isn't that ridiculous, though? Like, shouldn't you wait till the end of the show? Or?
No, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And I don't remember if this was on the broadcast or... It was on the broadcast of him talking about him wanting to do it, but I'm not sure if it actually was. But he talked about, when he was a kid at WrestleMania 10, that he met Razor Ramon, just like you. And
I saw that picture. It was the same... You must live in Pittsburgh, because it was the same picture that I took that night. It's the exact same thing.
I know we got to post, like...
I don't know if he's from Pittsburgh. I have it upstairs.
He's from Long Island.
So it was definitely the 95 World Tour, though, because
Had to have
Razor
been.
same position. Sid Vicious killed him that night. So, I mean, he wasn't the bad guy then. He was hurting then. But it was the same picture. I remember it, World Tour 95, December.
So, but he's talking about, like, he's going to go find Razor Ramon, and he's going to take her a picture. He's going to take a picture of his IC belt now.
That's cute.
So it's kind of like, 22 years later, it all comes full circle.
And that's fine. It's an accomplishment. I mean, if it works for you, why not?
It was just like very like sweet and nice. I've always liked Zack Ryder, because it's a positive gimmick that he has. The woo woo woo, it.
And that's something they can use right there. Okay, you have a guy that his idol's Razor Ramon. Why not make him his manager?
Right.
And he's like, I got the new bad guy. And you build Zack Ryder up as a protege of Razor Ramon. You build it, and then he turns on him. And you have a match. And it's Razor's final match against him. IC title, something. The battle of the bad guy.
I think his new protege after Zack Ryder should be Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
That's the one feud that, like, I think a lot of people
Well, I always hear people talk about
wanted to
that.
see for the longest time.
Wasn't he that male cheerleader guy?
Yes, he actually was a lot of things.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. And the one thing is, people always say, oh, he's like the next Kurt Hennig. He deserves the belt, blah, blah, blah. To me, it's like, if you're there for a long period of time and it's just not happening, time to go.
Yeah.
Like, there's just no point of hanging on anymore because it's a waste of your time. Because your career's short and you only got so much time. Might as well make the most of it.
That's right.
But, so you would say all in all, the Intercontinental title match was pleasing for you?
It was pleasing. I give it a 3.5 out of 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was next?
The next match was Styles versus Jericho.
Okay.
Okay. This was okay.
Was this like the Benoit angle of our time? A little bit different.
A little bit different because within the span of 3 months, January 27th, around that time, late January, February, March.
About almost 2 months.
2.5 months, give or take, a few days here or there. This is Jericho and Styles Part 5.
Okay.
Within a few months. So it's just like they didn't really do anything all that spectacular. I mean, Jericho kicked out of the Styles Clash, which he did, but we saw him hitting the Styles Clash at a Roadblock. Was the February pay-per-view?
In TNA?
No.
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Going back
the Cage one or whatever?
No, going back to Wikipedia.
I don't. There's too many shows. That's another thing I like to comment on. Too many specials, pay-per-views, all that nada.
It wasn't
Is
Roadblock.
it Fastlane? They call it Fastlane?
Yes, it was Fastlane.
Okay,
Thank you.
the Fastlane. It's not on pay-per-view, I guess. Is it just on the network?
No, it was a pay-per-view.
Why even do it though? Like, just have the Rumble and go to Mania. That's all you need.
I don't know. Actually.
It just seems like everything's too rushed, too much. I mean, you can just hold off Styles and,
Well, Fastlane wasn't that bad. I didn't see Roadblock, but I heard good things about Roadblock.
Yeah, he's the guy the Giant threw out in World War III in '96.
Oh, goodness gracious.
We just ran the roadblock.
Yeah, wow.
Remember Roadblock? Come on.
You're going fishing there, my friend.
Thank you very much.
But like, yeah, but like, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe we watched Jericho and Styles again for the 5th time. Is exactly the same thing as, oh my God, I can't believe I'm gonna have filet mignon for the 5th time this week.
Yeah.
You know, it was good. You kind of get a little satiated on it, so we're gonna see something different now that Styles is now going for Roman Reigns' WWE title, which I guess I just kind of ruined the ending.
Well. Here's the thing, though. With AJ, it seemed like that match was pretty quick. It's 17 minutes. It doesn't seem like a long time for those two to go at it. I would think like a 25-30-minute match.
No, but like they've been. Don't forget, like Jericho's not a spring chicken anymore.
Yeah, he's looking pretty weathered. I saw his face. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, even there's like his body.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, he's banged up pretty good, I'm sure. So
right.
I mean, he's not 2001, 2002 Jericho. He's right now. It's 16.
Right.
You know,
But I think they had a good match. Again, I put that 3.5 stars out of 5.
Even AJ though, I've seen him slow down because I was watching him a few years ago and he was trying to hit that spinal tap he does at the top and it just wasn't crisp like it used to be. You know, the guys are getting older. They're not. You know, I think AJ Styles almost 37, 38. I mean, he's getting,
right.
We're getting towards the end here, and that's okay. I mean. Yeah. I think TNA was the longevity of it, the biggest part of his career, I'd say. And some people say Ring of Honor, too, but, I mean, TNA, that was the cusp.
He got famous in TNA.
Yeah,
he was a household name in TNA.
He was the Sting of TNA, or he was the Hogan, TNA. So, I mean, each company has a face, and that's, AJ Styles was the face of TNA. I mean...
It's kind of a shame if you don't pay your Hulk Hogan to pay... some other companies, Hulk Hogan.
We're going to talk about that in our next podcast, too, because there's just so much with that company.
That just makes me so sick.
I just don't understand the logic. I don't understand the mindset. I don't understand the future for them. I don't understand. Please, someone tell me and inform me where that company's going.
Going back to the match, have you seen Jericho versus Styles at all? This is a good one. I suggest you watch this one, for sure. Okay? Like, they have a really good back-and-forth match. So...
Yeah, it's not like
I recommend it.
Jericho looks like a little midget now or something. It's kind of funny. Like he just has like this little stubby look to him. Like I don't know. You could just see he lost his luster.
Almost like a cute old man. Almost. Yeah, you can see him like with the pants up past the belly button.
We're getting towards the end of the run here.
Oh my goodness gracious!
What was next?
Next was a 6-man tag team match.
Oh.
With the New Day and the League of Nations that consisted of Sheamus, Alberto Del Rio, and Rusev with Barrett on the outside.
Wow, nothing that would get me interested in watching.
The match was okay.
So is it bad guy against bad guy kind of match?
No, the New Day are faces. Or at least they played faces for this match. Yeah, but have you watched the New Day?
Nope.
They are incredibly entertaining. They are incredibly entertaining.
They look like just 3 guys that have been wasted for years and they just threw them together. And...
Yeah, but they turned...
But why do that?
Chicken salad from chicken shit.
But why do they do that to people? Why can't they just take their personalities, what their natural personality is, and just make a story?
I think they're doing that now because that Xavier Woods really comes across.
Isn't that Apollo?
Yes, yeah,
I couldn't stand him in TNA.
He 180. It's a 180. He's funny. He's charming. He's always positive.
That's great.
It's awesome. I mean, their entrance was phenomenal.
Yeah, I don't understand any of it, but
they came out of a giant box of cereal.
What's the point of that?
Who cares? Let's watch it.
Yeah.
What's the point of Lord of the Rings? You can just read it. But dude, you see all that shit going on the screen.
Yeah.
It's awesome. They came out dressed like Dragon Ball Z characters. It was awesome.
Wow.
So I know you're so enthralled by that.
Jim Cornette's just going through my mind right now. If Jim Cornette was here.
Oh, God, Jim Cornette was here. I have a few things to say.
But you got 3 jackasses coming out of a cereal box against a whole bunch of United Nations guys that nobody cares about. And just a little note for WWE, TNA did the whole League of Nations thing 8 years ago. No one cared then. I don't think anybody probably cares now.
No.
I mean, unless you have a manager that's going to put this all together, where are they going to go with it?
Right. Because I think people like Rusev, because they tolerate Del Rio. I don't think they like Sheamus as much as they used to.
I mean, they're all kind of stale.
And Barrett's out the door.
Yeah, we'll see you in TNA or New Japan, I think.
I hope.
Well, my thing with Alberto Del Rio was when we were watching him in Ring of Honor, he wasn't anything tremendous.
No. he was
all right, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, it was all right.
See him.
Yeah, that's pretty much all. This match was the heels always getting the one up on the good guys, and yeah, that's pretty much all that was. Okay, one of the things about the finish was. I wish I had notes on me right now, guys. I'm so sorry, but League of Nations cheated. They got the one up on the New Day. They're in the ring celebrating. They're doing their League of Nations thing or whatever, and out comes Shawn Michaels. His music starts to play. He's in Dallas, so like they start cheering, extra hard. I'm like, how crazy! And Shawn Michaels was in his gear. He was in his gear, like the chaps. Had like this DX look. I think it was like camo. But man, it was sweet. And they're like, oh man, what's gonna go down? And then he's about to walk down. Then he stops, looks back. Then Mick Foley's music hits, the car crash and the da-na-na, da-na, da-na-na. And then, he comes out, and, he's wearing the red flannel, the Cactus Jack shirt, and, he's ready to go, too.
Uh-huh.
Just like, oh, man, there's no third guy in this, because they want to do, this three-man tag thing. Mm-hmm. They start going down the ramp. They stop. They look back. Stone Cold music hits. Now he's dressed in a t-shirt and jeans, not dressed like he's ready to wrestle.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of ruined it. But you got these three legends.
Yeah. Well,
of the Attitude Era coming out here to throw down.
Well, I don't understand why they don't just do a Legends match every year. I mean,
who are you gonna get though for that?
Well, I mean, you could finally why don't we do another finalization? We did Sting with Triple H last year. Let's do the NWO against DX or something. Let's do the top of the top against each other.
So I think last year you could have X-Pac could have wrestled.
Well, I never understood why they didn't do a Hall and Nash against Michaels and Triple H and X-Pac's the ref, and he's got to decide who it's going to be. Is it going to be his buddies from one side or the other? Play to that, but that just never comes across.
No, I think they had so many other bigger fish to fry for that too.
I didn't understand the finish last year for Sting either. That just didn't really make a lot of sense to me. But nothing ever does, and that we pretty much predicted that whole process as it happened. I mean, we pretty much called it. There's no doubt about it. But all right, so where we're at here, the Legends are down in the aisle here.
They face off with League of Nations, who are all four of them are in the ring. New Day pulls out Barrett. They start working on the three of them. The Legends are, which is really crazy because only one guy on the Legends team is really cleared to wrestle.
Yeah, everybody else is in.
I can't believe they even let Mick Foley down.
I know. I can't believe Austin got in the ring and tried to.
Yeah,
it's kind of dangerous.
Rusev took a stunner.
I think that's good.
Yeah, Sheamus got the mandible claw.
They should just do an 8-man tag, The Rock, Austin, Michaels, and Mick Foley against somebody else. I don't know, whatever.
Just something.
Yeah.
Because I love Mick Foley. He's Superman to me.
They should do Era versus Era. So you could do The Undertaker and those guys against Batista, Orton, Cena, that newer faction too.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, they always try to get that occasional fan back, or that one from the era that was the most popular. I mean, back in the late '90s.
Yeah. This is the one that's going to bring a lot of fans back. So you're holy crap! Did you just see all that? They beat the crap out of the League of Nations, and then New Day tried dancing with them. They got Shawn Michaels to dance. They got Mick Foley to dance. They got Steve Austin to dance for a little bit. Decided he was having none of it, and then he just stunned everyone.
That's good.
Yeah.
Why not at that point?
Right, but the match itself was 2.5, but all the stuff afterwards is holy crap. And they're doing this in AT&T Stadium. The first time I saw that live, full of people, my jaw just dropped. It looked beautiful and just absolutely huge. They had this It wasn't like WrestleMania 24 where we had like the posts,
Yeah.
Holding up some sort of structure. They already had like some freeform structure hanging around, hanging above the ring. That looked ginormous. This thing was covering up the Hell in the Cell. And when I was over the ring, that thing looked huge. So I can imagine how big this thing was.
Well, I think they're trying to make it look like the Super Bowl. That's the thing. They've kind of gotten away. I don't think we'll ever go back to arenas again.
No, not for WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, I think 2001 started the whole, we're doing these stadium-type shows.
Yeah.
Or large indoor arena type shows. I mean, because WrestleMania 2001 kicked off that huge concept. That was like, but it's funny, like WrestleMania 2002 looked like the same thing, just like a different color. It was like the same kind of setup. I mean, but it was huge. I mean, and that kind of, it grew from there.
Wait, WrestleMania 18?
Yeah.
That was in Toronto. That was in the Skydome.
Mm-hmm.
I forget where 19 was.
17 was in, I don't know where it was.
It was in Houston.
Yeah, that's right. And then 18 and 19, I don't know. I want to say Chicago, maybe. I didn't like the setup. It looked cheesy. From looking like magazines and stuff, it just didn't look good. The card looked like crap, too.
Yeah, there's not much from 19, I remember.
There was like Austin The Rock. It's when Piper came back, when Hogan, McMahon were kind of feuding. A few other matches. I mean, a lot of it was missed. It could have been a lot better. But that was like another WCW versus WWF kind of thing going on there, too.
Seattle.
Yeah.
It was Seattle.
Okay.
I knew there was like... What was that one with Safeco? At Safeco Field. Because that's how I knew the venue. But,
Yeah. So we had the New Day and everybody got stunned. Who was next on the list?
The next match was Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose in a no-holds-barred street fight.
It's kind of random.
It was. They built up a nice little feud for them. Man, this match... you think like the playing field would have been leveled for Ambrose because now he could use whatever he wanted. I was expecting some sort of crazy CCW spot. I was expecting light tubes or something.
Oh yeah,
something ludicrously insane and perceivably dangerous.
You're kind of going back to his roots, I guess.
Right? Yeah. I mean, he did that spot in CZW with a miter saw.
Ugh. See, what's the point of that, though? I don't understand.
Well, the blade was gimmicked. It was a rubber blade, so you can do that. As long as the it was stupid because that's so far. I mean, that just shatters the suspension of disbelief.
Yeah,
that's why it's dumb. It's not like if it was a real miter saw, we'd be talking about something different here.
Yeah, it just goes too far sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, look, in that instance. It went so far that it was just stupid because obviously it would have killed him.
Yeah.
So
was it a good match? Was it just kind of like eh?
For a brawling match, it was good. I wish it would have lasted a little longer.
That's the problem. It seems like a lot of these matches were too quick.
Yeah.
What are they rushing for? Because I mean, honestly, it's WrestleMania. You have like 4 or 5 hours of this. I mean.
Yeah. Well, they want to get like their commercials in, like, hey, watch this show, and there are backstage segments and people talking.
Do they have a host, or they stop that nonsense?
They stopped that nonsense.
Thank
there
goodness.
was no host
that was
this
a little
year.
Silly.
It was very silly. But going back to the street fight, yeah, I mean, I think Brock should have used more weapons, and he didn't. Ambrose tried using his weapons, and but Brock just swatted them away. It was kind of like, Brock's like this huge monster, and then but he doesn't get his comeuppance. No one has been able to stop Brock Lesnar, and it's just crazy.
Maybe it's just like one of the situations where they just didn't work well together too. The styles just didn't work. It just wasn't.
It was a brawling match. I don't see how it could have not worked.
But it just didn't feel right, or something?
It didn't feel right.
Were they both bad guys, or?
No, Ambrose is the good guy here. Yeah, but man, like 2.5 stars, and this is kind of very like, okay, we're kind of slowing down here. I am not doing a good job selling you on this show.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really seem like it sells itself. It just, I mean, last year you were really excited about last year. You thought that really pulled out from being and sounding like not so much a good WrestleMania to like watching it and going through it and actually really loving it. You were really sold on it.
Yeah.
This year, I don't know. I mean, from looking at what I saw, didn't seem like anything I would pay, what, $60, $70 for.
I paid $10 a month for this.
Well, yeah. I mean, was that too much? I mean,
No, actually, absolutely not. Because there are just some things on this show that was just like, yo, man, that's pretty cool.
Okay. So this match, who won anyway?
Lesnar won. Lesnar won. Lesnar won, and he
started his own streak of Mania.
He won in 13 minutes.
Yeah, it's too short. You need like 20. 25.
Right, and like, yeah, they didn't like slow. It wasn't that slow brawling. They should have took their time. They should have slowed down, and then they should, almost like Taker and Shawn Michaels. They should have done something. Everyone like reacted.
Yeah.
And then they would have had like another like 30 seconds to a minute to regroup. You know, but there was no like it didn't have that vibe.
Yeah.
Next on the card, okay. This is the one I really wanted to talk about. It was a triple threat match for the new WWE Women's Championship.
Where'd the old one go?
The Divas Championship?
Oh.
They retired that.
Oh.
They're no longer using the word Divas.
Well, they shouldn't have anyway.
No, they shouldn't have. No.
Wasn't that stupid?
It was incredibly stupid and degrading and demeaning. But like, hey, the Divas Revolution, and ironically, we can't call it that anymore. It's the Women's Revolution.
It's too much back and forth. But wasn't there like two titles anyway? Like, wasn't Raw the women's, and then Divas was on SmackDown anyway?
Probably like a long time ago, but I don't even remember that.
There's too much, and it all goes back to what I always talk about. But anyway,
it was Charlotte Flair
Woo.
versus Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch
versus Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan. This match stole the show.
Well, that's what they want to do, because they're all out to prove themselves for whatever reason.
No, because they're good.
Yeah.
They were great in this match.
But is it like that New Japan style stuff, or is it just like they're really capturing an audience?
They hit hard. It was definitely strong style.
Yeah, I don't like that elbow crap. That's very annoying. I call it the elbow crap. Like we were at that local show. I was like, stop the elbows. It's so stupid.
They're throwing chicken wings.
Throw a punch. What the hell? If I was in a fight, I would not be throwing elbows.
But man, it was way better. And I kind of hate saying this, but I kind of don't. But they earned this. The Flair, Banks, Lynch match, three-way dance, was a million times better than Sabu, Funk, and Douglas.
Yeah.
It was unbelievably good.
But it's just because they're doing spots, or what is it?
No, I mean, everything you do in wrestling is a spot, but they would do something, and someone would be thrown out, and they would do something. The two girls in the ring, they would do something, and someone would make the save coming in and throw one person out. Then it's
too much back and forth, though.
But it's a wrestling match. I mean,
I know,
three people going for a title. I mean, of course.
It was too fast, though. They all do that shit.
It was a little sloppy at the beginning, but it was just like, man, as soon as they settled down, it was a really good match.
Settled down.
Really good match.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I think wrestling today, it's just too fast sometimes. Like, why are we going 100 miles an hour?
This was a nice, good pace.
Yeah.
This was a great pace. Sasha Banks hit this cool frog splash off the top. Charlotte was always looking to hit that figure eight.
Oh, we're doubling it now.
Yeah, it's a figure four into a bridge.
Is that necessary, though?
It's cool looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Becky Lynch got a black eye from this.
Who would have thought Charlotte Flair would be, like, the talk of the Flair family?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd think it would be one of the sons, but,
no.
It wasn't meant to be, I guess.
Hey, it's crazy. I know, man.
Well, David, I don't think, was trained right.
No.
And then Reed passed away, so, I mean, that's all that's left, I guess.
Right, and I easily would have been. It is the best one. It's the best.
You feel bad,
best
though.
Flair.
Reed probably could have been good. I mean, I don't know if the personality was there, though. It's the only thing with him. I'd watch him, but I don't know.
I think Charlotte Flair is better than Rick.
Wow.
She is good. She was good. And they just use her father. Her father's kind of like her manager, but they just kind of like use him as just like, as this foil. You know, that's what that's what they want to do. If they didn't want to do that and just have Charlotte out there, she'd still do fine.
Well, that's good.
You know, and Becky Lynch, she's just so likable, and Sasha Banks, I think she's even more likable.
Where do these people come from? Were they on,
They were on NXT. They all came from NXT.
Okay.
Yeah.
Imagine if they would have done NXT, if they would have done with the ECW what they do with this NXT. Imagine how good that would have been.
It would have been. Yeah, you said it earlier this week. They did it with Punk. They wanted to build a Punk that way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. Like, you have this NXT, and it's the same exact almost thing as ECW, except there's no hardcore. It's the same concept, folks.
Yeah.
It's a little small promotion. They love the wrestling they do. It's cult. It
has its own titles.
All they do is make their own indie/ECW. But why couldn't they have done that in 2006? Because they had CM Punk anyway, and they had some of those guys.
They had all these other guys.
Yeah, they could have put them down there. They could have been the same thing, and the people wanted it. They were begging for ECW, begging. Mm-hmm. I mean, when they came to the roster over here, it was a hot show. My buddy told me all about it. Tyler, he was there. I mean, but they just made it too sports entertainment-ish, and you can't do that. But see, they did it the right way with this NXT, I guess.
Right. I'm a huge proponent of NXT. I just got into that.
All they did was just make an ECW. I mean, there's just no hardcore. I mean,
no. Triple H is running that now apparently, and he's just signing anyone he wants. But they're pushing like the really good ones. I really like. I'm gonna look this up. I can't remember that other tag team's name, but that American Alpha. It was like Dan Gable and Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan is a star. If you were looking for someone to replace Roman Reigns, that's your guy.
Well, it seems like this Reigns guy can't talk.
No.
So you're in trouble there. I mean, if you can't really talk in like the WWE, you're in trouble.
No.
You got to get your point across.
Well, I think he needs to turn heel.
I think he needs a manager. That would probably be the first step in the right direction.
Right.
Get him someone that people despise, But so you'd say the women's match, what would you give it out of? 5 out of 5?
Stole the show, baby.
Okay.
It was awesome. The Revival. It was that tag team.
Okay.
I really liked the heel tag team at that NXT show were the Revival. Okay. Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder.
Never heard of them.
But they were good. I mean, think of like
the Anderson?
No. Oh, God. Daniels and Kazarian.
Oh, okay.
Bad Influence?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like not as seasoned.
Okay.
Yeah. That was like, I tell you what, you go back and you watch NXT TakeOver Dallas. That was a really good show.
I tried watching this NXT. Oh my gosh. Watching one of their shows was painful.
Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn. Match of the year.
Is that a spot fest though?
No.
I'm not interested in that.
No. I mean, like it was hard hitting.
They have all those goofy moves, and what's the point? Like some of that stuff gets annoying.
We gotta get out of the 80s, man. This is 2016.
I know, but we're not watching like a video game either.
No.
I don't know. I'm not even in the 80s. I'm just in the good wrestling. That's all. And I just watch these guys. But it shouldn't say Nakamura, whatever the hell his name is he going to get me to buy a ticket?
Yes.
For what, though? What is he going to do for me?
He's just so charismatic.
And he's weird and he kicks people in the face. So what? Like, I don't understand.
They're all weird and they all kick people in the face. This is wrestling we're talking about here.
I see Sami Zayn and it looks like he's wearing like underwear on his boots. It's weird. Like, he's like those.
They all wear underwear, essentially.
I know, but it's just weird. He has like a weird look. He's puny. There's so much going on. I don't know.
Oh, just because he's not roided up.
Not even that. It's not. I don't know. I mean.
Hey, they look better than me. That's all I can say. But that women's match, I mean.
That's good. If you like it, you like it.
I want to go watch it right now. I was like, I want to force you to watch this match. This is the one match. If we have to watch one match, this is the match. I would say, hey, you have to watch this. Okay. We have to watch this tonight.
Oh, please don't make me watch it.
Sorry, nope. We got another 10 minutes to get through another 2 matches.
All right, well, Taker
and I think we can do it. Yeah,
McMahon. Who cares? I just don't care.
3 matches. Yeah, it was a pretty so Hell in a Cell.
I mean, what are they going to do? They're old. This is like a storyline from like 99. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's not going to make a difference. Who cares who returns? Who cares what The Undertaker's going to do? It just doesn't matter anymore.
And apparently the next night on Raw, what they were fighting for Shane just got anyway.
Oh, that's stupid and a waste of time.
Right, like why did they do all this crazy crap inside and then outside the cell? Because this is one thing I also want to mention.
Yeah.
This really bugged me. Shane's big. I'm sure you've seen it. Shane's big spot.
Yeah, he jumped off. I mean, that was kind of stupid.
We're not talking about like the one McFoley was launched off of.
No, it's like higher.
It was like way the hell up there.
It's dangerous. I mean, you're putting your life on the line for what?
Right.
For what?
His kids were there.
Yeah.
They're dancing with him. I was like, did you not see beyond the mat?
I know. See, the thing was, I don't understand why McFoley flipped off the top anyway. Was that an accident? Was that supposed to happen? Why would the hell did the Undertaker let it happen? I would not throw that guy off of there. I mean, let's just throw me.
I think it was a spot. I think they had that planned.
I mean, that's just crazy. I mean, McMahon, the way he landed, it was a little bit more, it was proper. You could see he was aiming towards that target.
Right.
But the thing is, there was no give or anything. I mean, there was when he hit that thing, but...
Apparently there were crash pads.
Yeah.
And when he hit, they deflated. So, like, you just saw, like, this crazy aftermath.
Well, that's fine.
Right.
I mean,
it's just
why?
Go ahead.
I mean, with Foley, the thing is, he almost missed that thing went flying on the other side.
He almost... One thing, like, you watch that McFoley spot, he almost clips that TV, too.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, my God.
That's a little bit too risky. I mean, there's no point. I mean, why, Everybody says it was such a great match, but it's just a couple big, spots, and the poor guy almost died. That's just not worth it to me. What's that going to do?
Yeah, and, like, honestly, it was a risk that he should not have taken. In a so-so Hell in a Cell, like, it was okay. Yeah. It was watchable. But that was just, oh, man, that was just too much.
Yeah, too dangerous. I mean, I guess that's his memory. That's probably the last Shane McMahon match you'll probably see.
Yeah, I mean, like, his kids are out there, too.
Yeah, so...
Unless he wants to start,
But why was...
taking on a more, like, backstage role.
But so he owns Raw now? I mean, who cares?
I think he just ran Raw for one night. Yeah, but
that totally defeats the purpose of what you're going for.
Yeah, we'll see where that takes us.
And then we had the football players against the wrestlers for the Battle Royal.
I mean, like, no, it wasn't that. It was actually a lot of the old retired football players trying to be professional wrestlers.
Great.
And basketball players, too, because Shaq was there.
That makes perfect sense.
He was the main, surprise entrant. There were two guys you would have liked, DDP and Tatanka.
Yeah.
So, and, Tatanka, man, still looks good. He's got one more run left in him.
Well, back in 06, I thought they cut it kind of short, I thought. I'm like, he could have probably been there a few more years. But I guess it gets to the point where, what are you going to do with him? Where are we going to go with this?
I just have him feud with someone.
I know. I don't know why they didn't. Because they brought Real Weird Animal back, too, for that. And
yeah.
He was on SmackDown. They kind of fizzed out. I mean, I think they just give him the run, and that's it, But yeah, Tatanka was always in good shape, so I don't really see him.
Right. And that they worked really hard. It was a pretty good battle royale.
Was it?
Yeah, I forget how long this lasted. The stuff with Shaq and the Big Show, that was kind of that was a little oh, okay, this is weird. They're trying to set up a feud. They did the feud for a while, a few years ago when Shaq had that show.
They'll probably have a match. I mean, that's what that usually leads to, some kind of celebrity versus wrestler match. I'm sure you'll see that next year.
Yeah,
in some shape or form.
That was a 10-minute battle royale, if you want to watch that too. It was pretty good. Baron Corbin wound up winning that, an NXT guy.
He sucks. I'm sorry. I watched him. You suck, dude. And you're not going to do anything about it because I could bounce you. But anyway...
I tell you what, I wish
that dude sucks.
I wish he did more menacing things.
I wish he worked out.
Yeah.
He just doesn't look smart.
He's just tall.
He's a tall, balding loser. I mean, it's just, we're not going to go anywhere with this guy. You're wasting your time. Nothing.
They say he's a Golden Gloves champion.
I don't know.
Hit someone and knock him out then. Yeah. Prove it to show me.
Anything about that guy doesn't look like Baron Corbin at all. It looks like some reject from the Matrix. I mean, we're just not...
Yeah. I don't even like his tattoos.
He just looks like a waste of time.
Oh.
He looks like one of the guys that was with Berlin when they came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost Berlin-ish, the kind of gimmick he's going for. But there's nothing that implies that he's a Baron. He's a dude in leather pants. Seen it, been there, done it.
I think his name is just Baron.
But wouldn't you want to look like that? Have some kind of symbol to make you look like a Baron? A cape?
Like a monocle?
Yeah, not that, but just in the freaking Rocky and Bullwinkle, but, just something devious to just, look different. I mean, I look at the guy and I'm like, okay. I mean,
he's like an uglier Randy Orton.
Yeah, he's just nothing special looking.
If you crossed Randy Orton with a caveman, you get Baron Corbin. Same dumb look on his face.
I mean, and it's like almost like the Andre the Giant Battle Royal seems kind of like a curse anyway. Like, that's supposed to be like, oh, the next up-and-coming guy, but...
I like it, though. I hope they do more of it. I can't believe they gave it to an NXT guy. That's the thing, too.
In a way, they're taking a chance, but the thing is, too, I guess they want to showcase some new talent. I mean, I like the idea of a Battle Royal Mania anyway. Like, Jesus, before 98, we had to wait. I mean, it was 88 the last Battle Royal was. So, I mean, you had to wait a long time to see one. I did like the Tag Team Battle Royal 98. That was cool.
That was a good one.
That was like...
I didn't like the rules to that, but that was a good one.
It was like all the extra garbage was on that match, or in that match. I mean, like, some random teams like, Flash Funk and like Steve Blackman, I think, whatever.
Yeah.
But...
I have to go back and watch that.
That was interesting. A little rushed, but it was cool because it was like the return of LLD. But see, the problem was they should have set up at the end of that, when they're celebrating, lights go out and somebody else is there waiting for them. Because, like, there really wasn't an opposition to LOD after that.
No.
They just kind of coasted. There should have been at that point, like, maybe like Sid Vicious and somebody else coming to get them. Somebody from their past.
The Midnight Express.
Yeah, they got...
The second one.
Yeah, their asses got thrown out fast. At the end of that one, man. Bob Holly and Bart Gunn, Bodacious Bob and Bombastic Bart got thrown out very quickly at the end of that match.
Oh, my Lord.
Well, the Rock and Roll Express was in that, too. I mean, all the NBA was...
Were they?
Yeah.
I don't even remember that.
So, they were in that. I'm trying to think if any other NWA tag teams were in that. No, that was just them.
No.
That's through the whole NWA invasion, because Barry Windham was... He came in interfering through chains out, so he pissed off Bradshaw.
He did not look like Barry Windham.
Yeah, he looked bloated and old.
He's crazy.
That was like their whole little NWA group they had going on. That was
when they
cool
parade around the corpse of the Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I remember that even the Quebecers were in that match too.
Yeah,
I mean there was a lot of flashback teams in that.
I have to go back and watch that. I want to make a list of like all my favorite WrestleMania moments.
Mm-hmm.
Not like a top 10, just a list that makes me happy.
That was kind of like a weird hodgepodge of like tag teams like from the past and present. Like they were trying to push the Truth Commission as Armageddon, and that wasn't working. But whatever. I mean, that was cool. That was fun to watch. A lot of that that show's pretty good. That was a good build.
14 was a great show.
I mean, it was like just a whole fresh build up, and it was good. Like all these new characters, all these new stipulations,
and everyone everything kind of like ended, and I like that.
Yeah, it was good. 98 was good, but then it got too junky. 98, I think we hit the.
That was 98.
I know, but like after I'd say about
99 for sure. That's the 99 Rumble was awful.
99, every pay-per-view looked the same. Mania looked the same as like the Rumble. It just there was no different. It just I don't know. I could just go from 98 to 2000.
Then they used that same circular.
Yeah,
thing.
It just wasn't. They had a tag team battle royal that year too. It was terrible. Public Enemy was thrown out fast, and you just had LOD getting everybody together. It was just terrible. But so you would say, how would you rate the Hell in a Cell?
The Hell in a Cell, I would give it 2. It would have been a 3, but that Shane McMahon spot. This is no, because I felt bad.
Well, and the stipulation with this, everybody was talking about on the internet was Goldberg's coming, Sting's coming. All the guys that people want to see anyway. It always goes back to my opinion beforehand, but if people are still talking about Goldberg, it's 2016.
Yeah,
they are still talking about Goldberg. Goldberg, folks. I mean, he wasn't the best technical wrestler. He wasn't like Lou Thez or anything. I'm just saying the guy had a lasting impression. There's a reason why they're talking about him. And then Sting retired. So there was a lot of speculation. Let's get into that too. Might as well.
Before we get into the main event.
Before we get all into that one, Sting, there's a lot of rumors he's going to retire. TMZ reported he's going to retire. This is it. He denies it. Of course, Hall of Fame speech. I'm retiring. So that killed any chance, pretty much, of the Sting Taker match that everyone wants to see. And I would even be happy if they just tag teamed as a compromise.
Just once. I mean,
just finish
them versus the Wyatt family.
Yeah, I mean, because it helps everybody.
Yeah,
everybody goes on a high note. New guys come up. Everybody wins. But my thing is you can't have one beat the other. It has to be a draw because you just can't. You can't.
No.
And it's two big egos. It's two strong camps for either side, fan-wise, and people want to see that. That has to be like a strong 40-minute, 30-minute match. But the problem is I don't think Sting can go anymore. I really don't.
No.
And then after, I guess, his last injury, whatever happened.
Neck injury, too.
Yeah.
That's never good.
Yeah, so that's it. But, I mean, a lot of people were speculating that he was going to interfere in this Hell in a Cell or at the end of it, come out and challenge Taker, whatever. But it would be the perfect spot for it, but it didn't happen. And that's okay. I mean, if he's retired, he's retired. But, I predicted last year, you predicted, Sting's going to come in, we're not going to see what we want out of him, and he's going to leave. And that's pretty much what we got, There wasn't anything really exciting about the Sting WWE run. I mean, it was just like he was avoiding wrestling. He didn't do really a lot, and a lot of it was just hype, and that was it. I mean, I've seen him in TNA for the past, almost 10 years. So I got all I could out of Sting. And I think, in hindsight, I think that Sting...
I just realized that we were not live on Periscope.
Whoops! So I really do think that Sting had a better run in TNA. But, longevity-wise, he was in better shape.
Right.
He was younger, too, so... But he was their Undertaker, because he always wanted the big bound for glory, so... There you go.
Right, and it's just sad to see Sting retire.
It is. I mean, I don't think he has to. I think if he would just, do some more tagging and stuff, he could probably still... I don't know how bad his injury is, but...
He should manage Roman Reigns.
Well, there you go.
Right, because if you want to get Reigns over as a good guy, as a guy that everyone likes, might as well put him with Sting, the guy who can never turn heel.
Well, it's a shame with the Shield, though. It's a shame that the Boss Man wasn't still alive, because that'd be their perfect manager.
Yeah, oh my God.
I mean...
Jim Cornette was talking about Big Boss Man, and was just I'm thinking about it. It's like every word he's saying is absolutely true.
Yeah.
Well,
I was watching Cornette's Breaking Kayfabe. It was really good.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm still gonna need to get a copy of that.
He's preaching to me. I understand completely. I mean, I've never... been a part of writing wrestling or anything like that, but I can understand from his perspective.
We're kind of recording a podcast right now, so I can't really address my fans on Periscope. Yeah, I see it's you, Kevin. Thank you. Love you, bro. Thank you.
But I think he has a lot of good points too, and I listened to what he talked about Ring of Honor too, and it's not his fault. He was doing a lot of crap.
Yeah.
So, but overall, that seemed like a decent match. Main event time, this Roman Reigns against Triple H.
Yeah, I guess we should hit the main event of WrestleMania 32. Roman Reigns challenging Triple H for the WWE World Heavyweight title, which, by the way, I can't believe they didn't name that title for decades. Why was it was always the WWE Championship? Why wasn't it the WWE World Heavyweight Championship?
I don't know.
It was always just a flat-out ejaculated WWE Championship. Yeah.
What about the WCW title? Is that still around or no?
No, I think the WCW title is now absorbed.
So it's unified.
It's unified.
Yeah, because I never understood that, because Bischoff brought it back in 02, and Triple H was the champ.
Yeah.
That didn't make any sense. And he just randomly, here's the title, by the way. We had this in storage, just coming up.
Right, and then they had two separate champions, and then they unified them, and then the one champion had both belts.
Mm-hmm.
And then, at one point, I forget who won it. I want to say The Rock won it. And that's when they had, the title belt that we see now.
Mm.
Of course, if you would have seen the other designs for that new belt, it would have been thank God they chose this one for sure. Because those other designs are just, awful. So, thank God we kind of got, this blinged out crap.
I don't understand what's wrong with the Eagle belt or the blue one. I thought those were
the Eagle belt's fine.
Yeah. Why do you have to change it? Because they already back to the old Intercontinental title look, so what's the difference?
Right. Yeah, that might change because the women's title now is white, so I could see them changing that back to black.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So was it a good match? Was it worth the time?
Well...
I mean, I don't understand. Triple H is the king of the kings or whatever. He looks like freaking Skeletor with these goofy, gimmicks and...
That's what Stephanie looked like. That's what Stephanie McMahon looked like. She looked like Mad Max.
Trying to be Conan the Barbarian or something. It's a little odd, but...
Well, last year he was the Terminator.
Yeah.
And I wish I could see my feed. I don't know. I haven't done Periscope. But anyways...
Down Periscope.
That was a great movie.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Triple H had this long, 7-minute entrance, And then you want to build up Reigns, and the only thing that Reigns did differently, he just came out through the entranceway. He didn't come out through the crowd. I was kind of hoping, we get some new music, we get some new gear. Just says hello.
Oh, hello. How are you?
Kevin keeps joining. I
That's
don't know
good.
why. Killing me, Kevin. But Roman Reigns, nothing. He's still the Shield Roman Reigns.
Well, I would think they'd bring the Riot Squad out with him.
Yeah.
Just something, or even have him come out in the tank. I don't know. Just do something different with the guy.
Anything.
Yeah, and then I don't.
New music would have done wonders for him.
We can see the priority is Triple H,
Right. And that match was just, again, they did not get out of first gear for that World Heavyweight title match. It was just the crowd was tired.
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting on my chair for 4 hours. I wasn't doing shit. I was tired,
It's just too long, and I don't think Sunday's a good day for Mania. I think Saturday night is.
Yeah.
Because, everybody can go to the bar, hang out, have a good time, stay there till 10 or 11 at night, whatever, midnight, and then go home and, recoup on Sunday. You can't, WrestleMania, it's on a Sunday night, it's at 8 or 8:30 it starts.
Started at 7.
It started at 7?
The show itself started at 7. The kickoff started at 5.
Okay. I mean, it's just...
So we were there for a while.
It just seems to me like Saturday night would make more sense. I think, you probably get more pay-per-view buys just for that alone. The kids will, buy it on Saturday night compared to Sunday. I mean, the kids are going to bed at 9 o'clock. They're missing half the show. I mean, I remember when we did it, it was a pain in the butt. It was
awful.
Everybody was gone by 9:30 because
I had to go. I missed WrestleMania. I missed the Battle Royale, the gimmick Battle Royale at WrestleMania 17.
I know.
Everybody pissed about that.
Trickling out halfway through, and I'm like, I didn't go to school the next day. I didn't go to bed till midnight or 1 because my brother got sick. But
man,
that was a good show. I mean, to me, that was one of the best Manias of all time.
The fanboy Don Parker, Mr. Sullivan, the fanboy, not Dandy Don Parker.
Oh.
We're talking about my wrestling name.
Oh, nice.
Well, Dan here would have been Vic Logan.
There you go.
So Dan, by the way, Code Red this Saturday if you're in for it. The fanboy, that's right.
Perfect.
It was awesome. But yeah, this Roman Reigns match was just not. Again, it wasn't that match that Roman Reigns needed for whatever reason. You kind of thought it would have. Triple H would have done more to pull it out of him.
Yeah.
But it kind of seems like, Triple H didn't really do that much.
I think the guy to do this is The Rock. Because it's blood, it's family,
Yeah.
it means so much. Here we go, to me that's the logical person to have him wrestle.
About time The Rock passes that damn torch down, that's for sure.
Did he wrestle or anything in Mania or no, The Rock? Was there a little...
Okay, yeah, The Rock had this 20-minute segment, and then he had a flame gun, which I called it the BFG because of Doom. He had this big fucking gun. And then it was a flamethrower. He lit his name on fire.
Yeah.
He came out, he talked, and then the Wyatt family came out. Then The Rock buried the Wyatt family because why the hell should The Rock put over anyone else? That selfish prick.
Yeah.
And then one of the Wyatts challenged him to a match. The Rock ripped off his clothes and he had his gear on.
Wow.
How awesome is that? That was pretty cool. But then they had the 6-second match. It was a rock bottom, and that was it. And then the Wyatts were gonna gang up on The Rock. Then John Cena came out.
Oh boy.
And then they did something. It was good to see John Cena again. I know that's so weird of me saying that, but it was great to see John Cena again. I fucking hate The Rock, but again, that was a 20-minute segment. I think that was the popcorn match, because you can't really say the women's match is the popcorn match anymore, but that should have been before Hell in a Cell then.
The sad thing is, we're going back to even the women's match. That's what TNA was doing a few years ago.
Yeah,
They were putting on quality matches. I mean,
TNA had a legitimate women's tag team division.
yeah, 2007, 2008, and then after that, it started kind of falling apart. But, so overall, I don't feel convinced yet.
No.
By WrestleMania. I think because it's one of those things I have to see some of the matches, whatever, but...
I'm telling you, the women's match, we're going to go in there right now,
Oh,
we're going to wrap this up, and we're going to watch that, because that match was so good.
Please don't. right, well, I'll take a look at this women's match.
Yes.
But,
I think Dan said the Wyatts were disrespected. I mean, for sure. They were buried. They were buried hardcore, my friend.
well, to me, it would make more sense to have, like I said before, the Undertaker gets buried by the Wyatts in their old wooden cabin swamp area, and then you just let it go for months, and then after a while, you start to see these footsteps in the woods walking towards something. You build that up for a little bit, and then you see the footsteps walking towards where the Undertaker was buried. You start to pan it up a little bit, and you see that it's Sting with a shovel and a bat, and he's pointing, and you cut, and then like fireworks or whatever, and then, get a little spooky with it. But that's what you need to do. And they need to do it.
agree.
That would have been a great tag match. But you got these creepy guys, and I'd bring back Dan Spivey, too, as Uncle Waylon. Have him sit on the... You have to now at this point. But,
yeah, why not?
And that's the guy that's going to be like the catalyst to really get on the Undertaker and really, get on his nerves and really creep him out.
What about Damien Demento?
Hey, you know what? Let's bring the whole family aboard, Golga and everybody. But, I mean, it's all about what they want to do. They're going to do what they want to do, and that's it. But to me, it's useless to waste time and money, and I can't wait to talk about TNA, because that's coming next.
Oh, God.
That is next.
I can't talk about TNA.
I will sit there and talk about it for 15 minutes.
Oh, God. Can't do it.
All right,
I can't
thank you, everyone, for listening.
Yes, this was New School Republic Wrestling Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. You can check out our website at newschoolrepublic.com. This is my Periscope. You can check out my Periscope, personal Periscope, at Petrie_DS_ I screwed that up. Petrie_DS_10. That's also my Twitter handle too, so you want to check that out. So yeah, that is it.
All right.
That was the WrestleMania 32 wrap up. I suggest we go and we watch that women's match right now. We're probably gonna stay on live on Periscope and we're gonna get our live reactions to this match. But for now, I'm Petrie.
I'm Chris.
And you have a great night, podcasting world.